This Canadian educator who introduced Western teaching methods to Chinese classrooms, the tenacious runner who scaled the Great Wall steps in 6 hours and 20 minutes,
and someday, I hope to actually be able to own a door, one in China.
Hello, Mark.
Welcome.
Yeah, long time no see.
Long time no see. Hao Zhou Bujian. Welcome to my home in Dongguan.
Yeah, this time I can see your room is a little bit aromatic.
Very much so. I've just been burning some incense. I love the smell of incense. It's very hao shu fu, very calming. And so when I come home, I put an incense stick on. But this is actually a practice that I picked up since I moved here to Dongguan. So this has become part of my many times per day pattern.
It means that it can create some kind of like good energy.
Yes, I've been told that the way that the smoke flows indicates there's good energy here. I like that as a metaphor. I like it. This is a Balinese gong. When I wake up in the morning, within maybe the first 10-15 minutes, I'll hit one gong. And I can feel the day and I can feel the start. So I'll do it now, and then you can also have a try.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
You can kind of feel the reverberations through your heart, through your soul. Here, you try.
It's like 1, 2, 3, go. Wow. It's like a ritual to remind me that a new day starts.
Yes. It also could be dinner time.
Okay.
You could call people for dinner. I love this gong. This gong has been with me. This has traveled with me all around the world. It's a piece that stays with me forever.
It must matter a lot for you.
Yes.
So from all those things, I can see that you really like to calm yourself. Is that the reason why you collect all those?
I hope to be able to live the life of a quiet person, not someone whose voices control their emotion, but someone who can move. It's sort of like if you had a glass of water and sand, and it was swirling around, and eventually the sand will settle. I hope just to take all those thoughts. So my home for me is my castle, and so I have various tools and techniques all around that I use to be able to be very calm and live a very heart-filled, centered life.
Wow, that's really inspiring. I think that's something I also need in my home, to help myself to calm down, especially when I live a very hectic life. Yeah.
The fastest way to start is with the incense.
And we also see a lot of paintings on the wall.
These are Chinese doors. These doors have been with me for maybe 15 years. And someday, I hope to actually be able to own a door and find one in China and then make it part of my home for wherever I build, and it's kind of my permanent home.
They're so beautiful. And that paint is really huge.
In 2018, I ran a half a marathon on the Great Wall of China. So that's 21 kilometers. And beforehand, I had been running half marathons, 10K, but it took me another 18 months to build up the stamina and the physical fitness level to be able to run. If you've ever been, have you been to the Great Wall?
Yeah.
So you remember the steps, they're not the same height. Some are really narrow, some are high, but even some of the Great Wall is in ruins. The runners, we would run off the wall, back onto the wall, but it took me 6 hours, 20 minutes to finish this. It was the toughest thing I've ever done in my life, physically speaking. So it permanently put China. At the time, I wasn't living here, and didn't even know someday I would move to China.
Even like not many Chinese people have that kind of experience.
You have to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Shall we go back to the living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. As we toured around your house, I noticed that you have collected many pieces from around the world. Mm-hmm. So you have been traveling around the world. Why did you choose to come to China in the first place?
I've been connected to the architecture. So even before I moved to China, we talked about the paintings I had before, the doors running on the Great Wall of China. But somehow I am rooted in China. I can't envision myself living somewhere else, and it doesn't fit who I am, at least at this point in my life. Maybe 5-10 years later, I'll feel differently. But for now, I think it's It's growing and having the immersion in Chinese culture, and also trying to figure out even my name.
Speaking of your Chinese name, it's called孟怀瑾.
Yes.
Right? How did you get this name?
Many years ago, I started looking for a Chinese name, and I was given Marke Makelam. But that's a phonetic Chinese translation, very boring, and I didn't like it. But I knew I didn't feel connected to it, and I wanted to feel deeply connected to my Chinese name. I'm deeply connected to Mark McCallum. That's who I am, that's my parents, that's my ancestry, that's my culture. But I'm also someone of the world who lives in China, and I wanted to have a deeper name that represents the eastern side of me, not just the western side of me. I looked and looked, couldn't find anything, nothing matched. Many people tried to help me. And then someone who knew me very, very well, and someone who had studied a lot of Chinese philosophers and a lot of Chinese philosophy said, I have the name, and then the name is my name is a combination of Mengzi and Nan Huaijin. Together, their philosophies very much match who I am. He embodies ancient philosophy and Taoism, Confucianism, Buddhism, and the principles with modern science, but also living in the real world. I think for me, it's almost a compass.
Geographically, China is so far, far away from Canada.
Yes.
When you decided to come to China, even to Guangdong, to develop your career, like, are your parents or even your friends confused?
I think at this point in my life, they understand that I'm just different. My heart roams around the world. I'm a free spirit. My sense of home is different. My sense of the world is different. I'm always looking for new experiences. I'm always looking to grow in different ways. I'm always looking to push myself. And so I think the fact that I was overseas back in Asia didn't surprise them at all.
You mentioned you had worked for 23 years in Singapore. So then you came to the Greater Bay Area.
Yes.
So what made you make such kind of switch?
I think the opportunity, what brought me from Singapore to Shenzhen, and the Greater Bay Area had decided in one of their economic white papers that they wanted to build a brand new model school for Chinese citizens. And they wanted to use the Chinese national curriculum together with Western approaches. And so I was brought in to lead the Western approach, and I believe I was the first foreigner who was the head of a Chinese public school in that school. So that opportunity was one I could not pass up, and so that brought me over. It's extremely unique. It is a Chinese public school that can take Chinese students entirely using the Chinese national curriculum, entirely being taught using foreign educational pedagogy. And I believe that is being created as a model that will then be replicated all through China. So from rows of desks of kids learning and with their heads in textbooks, and just rows of children, to groups, to children following their own lines of inquiry, to concept-driven education, not just content-driven education. I also predict that we will see Chinese international schools opening overseas. China is one of the few, maybe the only major economic power that does not fund its own international schools in other countries, because there's lots of kids in Los Angeles, in Toronto, in Vancouver, in Auckland, in everywhere. So other countries have schools that the countries support, but I also believe that China will have those schools all over the world before long, similar to my previous school.
When we were touring around your home, we saw a lot of things. So how do you think of the diversity of the products in the Greater Bay Area? You mentioned you bought them here, right?
Yes, there are so many things available here there are so many factories that produce everything you can imagine. We saw the red light therapy machine that I have. There's a lamp in my office at school that came from Dongguan. You can find anything. My son is going to engineering school in September. And so he loves cars and Ferraris and all those sorts of cars. So I bought him, I think it's a 3,000 or 5,000 piece Lego kit. So I'm going to give them to him this summer when I see him.
He will be super excited, I guess.
He will be very excited. He's just bought a car himself. Wow. So I bought him some safety items for like road safety and that sort of thing. Like this one, like pylons in case he gets in an accident. Because China has tons of stuff. So I think he thinks I'm crazy and I'm a little bit nuts. I like to Taobao is so much fun here. And then I buy for him, but he's got...
It's like when there is something wrong with his car, he
yes.
Get off the car and put it like
yes.
near the car, right?
Exactly.
After moving here, have you ever got connected with local people or local communities that makes you feel a sense of home?
Yeah, I think that I have many good friends, and my only barrier to becoming friends with more Chinese people is my own language, my own inability to speak Chinese. I think that my biggest challenge, apart from language, my biggest challenge is the food. I like spicy food, and Guangdong province has the taste buds of people from here are they want the food to taste original and authentic and fresh. But I think that what I do love about here is the fruit. So like a fruit like mangosteen, rambutan, the flavors I love.
Me too, because of the climate and also the agriculture industry here can easily buy fresh fruits.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when you are in your home,
Yep.
what do you normally do that makes you feel comfortable?
The practice I learned in Dongguan, the incense. When I come home, I burn an incense stick. When I wake up, I burn an incense stick. I have pictures of my kids everywhere. Even if we look here, it's a very simple pillowcase. That was from when we were all much younger. Things like this help reference. And so everywhere I go, there's a small sign next to my bed. There's my kids. On my fridge, there's my kids. There's picture frames. And I have some pictures of my children when they were small, and then a few years ago, my two kids live in Canada, where I'm from, and Nova Scotia, my hometown.
Which experience impressed you most with your family, like when you travel?
I think the Christmas December before last, I went to Cambodia with my daughter. This is my daughter Francesca. We spent the year together and we had the most amazing holiday in Cambodia.
That's also the elements from your home country.
Yeah. I've traveled most of my life and I've been overseas for more than half of my life. So the question of home is always a big question mark. Where is home? Because so trying to have little roots, but at the same time be flexible and portable and allow my spirit to carry me without referencing one place completely as home.
You're like a kite flying, but your hometown, it's always like some kind of anchor to hold you, not.
Yeah, I like the metaphor, the kite flying, because kites are free.
Yeah.
And so I like that metaphor. And so trying to be in the air, floating around, and yet still in control.
So how do you cope with the distance, cope with missing them?
I talk to my kids a lot. So we communicate almost every day. We send pictures of our lives back and forth. And so I think in that way I cope with the distance. I go back once a year to see them. Actually my daughter comes here. At this point my daughter's coming here for 3-4 months at a time, once a year. So that's able to help my heart feel a little bit less lonely and a little more connected. But it is a cost of living the way I live. I live apart from my family and I live apart from that sense of connectedness. But I also, if I close my eyes, I know I have that sense of connectedness. So I guess it depends on the definition of home and what one defines as home. I think I've had to evolve my definition over the years. Before I used to feel bad that I felt lonely. I miss my family, I miss my country. But then I realized over many years that my reference points, so some people will have a sense of home that's external. So it's their culture, it's the grass that they played on when they were children, it's the house, it's the familiarity. That to me, those are external references for home. For me, I've shifted my representation for home to internal references. So I've long since stopped worrying that I don't have a home because I am home and my home is here.
Maybe a 3 or 5 year plan in the Greater Bay Area.
In October, we had a conversation and we decided on I have a 5-year contract. So for now, I think my future is set for 5 years.
Is there any plan related to your family, your daughter, your son?
I think each of them have 4, 6, 8 more years of university to get to master's degrees and higher education. So I think that's there. And then I hope someday, my son has a very big interest in rocket science. And so I hope that maybe the rocket industry is able to take foreigners in China so that my son someday can come here and work for rocket science companies based in Shenzhen maybe, or based elsewhere in China. But I'm pretty sure my daughter will follow and will come to China eventually once she finishes university.
So if you are asked to describe the Greater Bay Area in one sentence, what would you say?
I would say it's an economic powerhouse, almost infinite, all interconnected from Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Dongguan, Foshan, Zhuhai, Hong Kong, It's like, you know, all of these places are major international cities, and they are all accessible by high-speed train, a DD taxi that doesn't cost so much, very easy to get around, and all the airports. It's a very accessible place.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for your
Thank you, Nick.
insights and your time. Let's call it a day.
Okay?
Hope that you have a wonderful life in the Greater Bay Area.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my home and for a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you too. Okay.